All right, everybody. Welcome to PlayAlchemist. I suppose we could also pronounce this Play Alchemist. And I do hope that you get to play a little bit tonight. And I'm DJ Celeste. My name is Celeste Lear. And I am hosting tonight's Dreamland CES World Crawl through a couple amazing locations in Altspace. And I'm really happy to be with you tonight. I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. One of the reasons I chose this particular world build is because of the potentials for design possibilities for event spaces in the future and what they could possibly look like and function like, and how we can kind of step outside of the box, so to speak, for putting events on in the future, how we can go from squares to pyramids and even like have our potential concerts and workshops up in clouds, or pretty much like, the sky's the limit in VR. So a little bit of history behind PlayAlchemist is this particular build is an event space for the Microsoft team originally, and the design is taken from their real-life pyramid structure that they set up and use every year in the northern Nevada desert location called Black Rock City, which is also known as that thing in the desert, which is also known as Burning Man, which is one of our favorite festivals. And if you hang out in Altspace long enough, you will notice there are quite a few burners that hang out in here. And I have to assure you, most of them are very friendly. They don't bite. They're pretty playful. They like to party. So definitely come and find us and party with us in the future. So anyway, so I wanted to say, so alchemy, the mission statement on their website talks a little bit about alchemy, and alchemy is the process of transformation. So most people think of alchemy as the transmutation of base metals like lead into gold. But for the true alchemist, the process was something deeper. The alchemists knew the pursuit of science with spirituality was a path to deeper knowledge and spiritual awakening. Thus, they sought to transform the lead of an undeveloped consciousness into the gold of an enlightened soul. Alchemists discovered that the evolutionary process of transformation is broken down into 7 stages. The process is a natural one that we go through all the time, and you may recognize these stages in your own life. However, when left to nature alone, it usually takes a long time for things to naturally evolve. By harnessing consciousness, alchemists work with forces to advance the evolutionary process towards spiritual awakening. Okay, so that is actually one of their mission statements on their website, which you gotta admit is pretty cool because, this is Microsoft. But I have to say, in the year that I've been in Altspace, the people that work here, I found them to be so helpful and just really visionary. As the people that I've met in here that are the world builders, they have a pretty phenomenal vision. And so one of the reasons I wanted to bring you here, and we're going to go from day to night soon. So Aria, there's a way to flip the switch. Aria Apples, if you can hear me right now, will you switch to nighttime so we can see what this world looks like when it's a little more tricked out at night? There's actually a light switch. You guys, let's see if we can find it. Oh my gosh! Look at that! Hell yeah. All right, day to night. So things change a little bit more. And one of the reasons this world is very famous is because we've actually had a couple very, very prominent performers and artists display their art here. The most noteworthy, one of the most noteworthy, is Android Jones, and he's a very, very VR artist in the rave community and all the art community. His art is incredibly visionary. It's multi-dimensional. It goes to so many amazing depths. If you have never heard of Android Jones, this is your assignment. So the Android Jones team and BRCVR Altspace had a beautiful exhibition where one of his videos was a 360 projection mapping experience inside this world. So imagine looking up and seeing
Ooh, nice.
swans and dragons and butterflies flying by. Very psychedelic, very beautiful. So we hope to do this again. If we do, I want you to be on that mailing
Nice.
list. So let's all go ahead and walk into the pyramid and take a look at where Diplo recently performed as a hologram. So everybody follow me into the pyramid.
This is wow.
Hey, hey. So inside this amazing pyramid, there's been lots of workshops, panel discussions, and hundreds and hundreds, possibly, I think thousands. Athena, is that right? Thousands of people can come in to an event like this, correct?
That's great.
I can't hear anybody, but okay, I'll just assume that you said yes. So we can actually have thousands of people in different instances in these types of events. And the last time, one of the biggest performances I saw in here was Diplo as a at least I think probably people in here. It's hard to say. When I'm on air, I can't hear you, so my apologies. At any rate, so envisioning what events of the future can look like, imagine if we had a conference like CES in here. What could it look like? Could we project graphics onto the walls of the pyramids? Could the panel discussions happen while we're flying? I don't know. There's just so many possibilities. So one of the interesting parts of this particular world is also that there's two separate sound zones. So there's volume in this one where we can have a big conference. There's also a back room where we can have a smaller, more intimate conference. So everybody come with me to the back. I mean, it's just stunning. They did such a stunning job. Something I meant to mention also is the creator of the world, the mastermind of the original pyramid, the concept and the camp PlayAlchemist. His name is Alex Kitman, and he is actually the vice president of Microsoft XR and the main designer here. The BRCVR team helped to design this particular world. They did a phenomenal job. So we're going to keep going back past this beautiful floating fountain thing and to the back space, which will be the final stop of this first world tour.
It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And again, keep in mind that I can't hear you when I'm narrating, but so I was here this summer, and there was a very powerful workshop that happened in the space. Cathartic experience for everyone involved, and it was people talking about COVID and how COVID had affected their families and people who had died, and it was a support group. So I was here witnessing this group. There was maybe 80 people, and everyone took turns speaking under this tree, and people were weeping. There was such an outpouring of grief. I was crying. It was so moving, so being in a beautiful environment like this, being able to be around people, even though we can't in real life, I mean, let's just admit, it's actually like a pretty powerful thing, right? So
Can you hear me? She can't.
Yeah, I
hear
can
us.
hear you. No, she can't.
anyway, yeah, Altspace, they did a phenomenal job, and their vision is strong, and it really is. They do have this very strong vision about creating community, and I think they do want to keep the non-commodification concepts in mind, but at the same time, we also have to figure out how to help each other make money, because we live in this crazy world. So we're all working together. The team is working on ways that we can potentially have a better exchange and a reciprocal relationship, that we can help each other make money in here and also party our butts off and enjoy art and music. So that's something to look for in the future. And again, I'm DJ Celeste. I was so deeply inspired by this first world that I wanted to take everyone here and just show you around and give you a little bit about the history. So thank you so much for coming. I'm going to shut the funk up now, and you guys just wander around, enjoy. And then our next world stop is actually Burning Man. Has anyone here ever wanted to go and has never been? Raise your hand. Okay, yes, all right. We have maybe a couple virgins. This is awesome. Oh yeah, let's do a group photo. Hey everyone,
Yeah,
let's do a group photo underneath the tree in the tent to the far
Yeah, big
of
group
the
photo.
pyramid, the main pyramid. So can we all get in here and take a group photo?
You don't have to photobomb.
This is an invitation to everyone at Playa Alchemist. Come under the tree in the small tent in the back, if you can hear me. And that whatever instance you're in, just come on back.
How are you? Come on.